Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is day 18 of the Leetcode Day Challenge. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about today's farm. And yeah, if you're celebrating it, or maybe I'm a little bit late anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. New York, it's apparently a big thing. Chaos everywhere. But alright, let's take a look at today's farm 452. Hope everyone had a good weekend and hope everyone's upcoming week is as good as, I don't know, it's just good, I guess. But yeah, let's take a look. Not gonna lie, if I rub my eyes a lot, my apologies. I'm having it's spring is here, so or more or less, I guess. So I'm just having allergy stuff, and yeah, I may sneeze a lot during the video. Apologies ahead of time. But yeah, let's take a look. 452 minimum number of hours to burst balloons. There's spherical balloons taped to a flat wall that represent the XY plane. The balloons are represented in a 2D array. X start, Y start, or sorry, X start, XN denotes a balloon whose horizontal diameter stretch from X start to XN. Horizontal diameter? Okay, yeah. You do not know the exact Y coordinates of the balloons. Arrows can be shot positive, vertically in a positive Y direction from different points on the X. A balloon with X. Okay, so it's not really a 2D thing. I mean, you could think of it as 2D, but okay. So then you have 10 to 16. So this is kind of the same idea that we've been playing with the last couple of days with intervals. So basically, what is the actual question, right? So you have these points, minimum number of hours that must be shot to burst all balloons. Oh, that's a fun one. So you may be tempted. The reason why I'm kind of just pausing is a little bit is because this is actually kind of trickier than you may imagine it to be. Maybe not. I don't know. But the idea here is that first of all, greedy doesn't work, right? You can probably construct some stuff where, or like yeah, greedy doesn't work, right? Because you can construct like a lot of balloons on the left side, a lot of balloons on the right side. They're tied together by one balloon. If you, I don't know, or something like this, right? Where if you try to do it, you know, it'll be well. Maybe I say that in the wrong way. I think greedy does work, or there is a greedy solution, but I just mean like you have to really. The first naive greedy doesn't work. In fact, I guess greedy does work. Right. Basically, but it's not a. At least for me, it's not an obvious thing. Though this is a medium, so maybe it is obvious. It's just that Larry's a little bit slow today. So slow that I'm referring to myself in the third person. Apparently, say we're scanning from left to right, right? So to right in a number line, a 1D number line, and basically you're scanning from left to right. Well, if you think about it, when would you shoot the balloon? You would always shoot the balloon at the last point that you can, if it's not already popped, right? And what I mean by that is that, yeah, because if you scan from left to right and you don't shoot that balloon at the last point that you can shoot it in a greedy, lazy, like you call it lazy, and that you want to just like shoot that as late as possible. And because if you don't shoot it at the latest, then what you call it? Well, then you just miss the balloon. You have to shoot that balloon no matter what, right? So I guess you're in that way it's like a forced greedy. And the thing, the kind of that's pretty much the idea, really. The only thing that you might have to kind of think about is that you know, when you shoot, you may hit multiple balloons, and that's basically the idea. All right, let's kind of play around with that idea then, and then let's get to it. I don't know if I'm getting I don't know if I'm explaining it quite better. Maybe I could draw it out, but I don't even think drawing out really matters. But I mean, I guess I'll draw it out because I think there are a couple of cases that is in my head that I think I'm just not saying out loud explicitly. because I think I see the edge cases, but it's just that, or not even edge cases, because it's not, it does, I don't think it affects the problem, or at least my solution implementation. But I think I'm not articulating it that part well, right? All right, is this plugged in? Oh, there you go. I was holding my pencil backwards, and I was like, why is this not drawing? Well, maybe I am slow today. But yeah, you have a number line, and let's just say you have a selection of balloons, and I just represent the balloons by some intervals, right? And what I'm saying here is that you always only care about the right endpoints, right? Well, in terms of shooting. So there are other, you have to care about the left endpoints by other reasons, but yeah, you only care about the right endpoints by shooting, right? And the reason is because if you're going from left to right, if you don't shoot it at this point, there's no other time to shoot it for this balloon, right? And kind of, but of course, you know, if you care about this one, for example, you know, you might not need to shoot this one because by shooting this one's also popped, right? So that's basically the idea. And then there's some like, you know, thing. So in a way, you're kind of forced to shoot at that time. And yeah, still not sure I explained it that well, but we'll play around the code. So then for XY in points, what do we want to sort by? We actually want to sort this, right? Because the input is just in random order. I'm trying to think whether we care, like resorting. I guess we only care about the right endpoint, right? Because that's the only endpoint that we are actually shooting the balloons. And then the left side will come into play anyway, because the left side will come into play anyway because left is before the right side. Sorry, I'm trying to think through some scenarios. I don't know that I want to implement it this way actually, so I'm going to take it back, some stuff. But yeah, but basically the way that I want to do it is just separate out the start and the end. So then maybe I have like for index xy in, well, I guess the start and end. In, no need to confuse more. And in the way points, right? And I'm just going to have some events, right? And maybe I would have two type of events. One is the beginning and one is the end, right? So we'll do the x-axis, right? The start, and maybe we have two, like I said, two, right? Yeah. And maybe the index, so that we keep track of which one we care about, right? And then the same idea for the end. And then now we can sort it, and then now we can just parse the events, right? Yeah, for x, the type, and the index in the events, and maybe we have we keep track of which one we already burst, right? Bursted, I don't know, or shot, I don't know. Force times n, right? And then we also have maybe a current is a set of endpoints that we care about. And then here we go, okay, so if t is equal to start, then we want to set current is, we add index to it. And that's pretty much it, I think. We don't even have to care about the x, I don't think, right? And by definition, it is not bursted. But then now, else, which is t is equal to n, of course. There's only two scenarios. Then now shoot up. Well, first of all, we want to make sure that it is not bursted. So if not, if bursted, oops, if burst of index, then we just continue. You know, we already shot it. There's no reason to need to shoot it. And then after else, we want to shoot, right? And what happens when we shoot? Well, when we shoot, we get rid of everything in set. That's basically the idea. So for I don't know, for C and current, oops, we want to set burst of C is equal to true, because that means that, you know, when we shoot, we shot everything. Also, I have to keep track of the number of shots. I forgot. And here we shoot, right? So we shot once. we burst all the balloons by setting them to burst. And I think that should be good. There is a nuance here that I didn't really talk about, which is that what happens when it's tiebreaker, right? Meaning that the S point and so basically, if you have one interval here, let me make sure that at the beginning and the end points, then what happens? Well, you just have to think through what happens, right? Which is that when you shoot straight up at the end side, you want to catch I think so anyway, unless I'm misreading this wrong. Then you also want to catch the beginning of the next one. So in that case, you want the starts to go before the ends, so that when you go, by the time you get to the end, all the tiebreaker stuff will have burst and you have gotten good, right? That's one way to do it. And yeah, so let's run it real quick. I think in old GUI I have to click on use example text because I always forget. Hopefully this is right. What all these like running time is so weird all over the place. But I'm just going to take a look real quick. This is pretty much, this is actually exactly what I did, except for now. What is the faster way that I did? Oh, I am dumb. I guess I did the same thing I did the last time. I meant to do it, or I meant to fix it, but I forgot. Which is that we have to reset the set, right? Alright. Because that is actually pretty bad. That messes up the complexity a lot. And also, as you can see, it doesn't have to be a set, it could be an array because we just go through it anyway. But yeah. So what's the complexity here, right? So this is n O of n, but this is going to be n log n. So yeah, so after that, everything is O of n loop, O of one stuff. And yeah, so this is n log n dominated by the event sort. Yeah, I think that's all I have for this one, to be honest. Yeah. The idea is just kind of like playing with intervals and stuff like that. I think, you know, it's something that I advocate a lot. Definitely get familiar with it. We don't have a premium problem, right? So I'm going to do an extra problem after this, so stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment for support. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Have a great weekend if I don't see you soon. Or weekend. Have a great week if I don't see you soon. But stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. Let me know what you think about this farm in the comments. Join in Discord. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.